Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this clash. We are going to have OBB, the reigning champions of the National Volleyball League Serie A, taking on Sportes, who happen to be the national club champions. They beat OBB to win the championship, and OBB beat them in last year's semi-finals to reach the finals and later on take the league title.
Yes, and as we speak right now.
So that means we already have a big and huge rivalry between the two teams.
It is for kill me or I kill you quick. It's going to be a clash, but definitely one has to be above the other. There's always going to be a winner or a loser. We are just going to see who's going to take it home, but it's not really home, as this is just the playoffs. They have 3 tournaments together, 3 games against each other, and this only happens to be the first one.
This happens to be the first game of the 3 games.
Well, Kira is a very good ref and very skilled. Of course, it goes without saying that he has all the experience you can imagine.
Obviously, it comes with a lot of experience to give you such a game to be the main officiating referee.
Well, for Team OBB, we do have Opendi John Bosco. That is Sportes, rather. It's Team Sportes.
That's OBB. That's OBB, the orange blockbuster.
Oh, yes. We do have Opendi John Bosco, Adam Hussein, Kimatai Elvis.
Last game they faced UCU and they gave them their first loss of the season, and of course they didn't have Marino, and that explains rather Coach Benon Mugisha explained those putting it to the missing players and the injuries and all that. But well, we have Marino back.
Well, he's back, but you can. It goes without saying, UCU is one hell of a team to play. Those guys are like termites.
Yeah, definitely they are
together. They're compact. And that makes it really hard.
There's still a bunch of young players with a lot of, with a huge future ahead of them. They really have to play that way. I mean, I'm not surprised.
But also, if you look at this team, Sportes, they're really young players. I'm not really seeing any old player on court right now. The first 6, these are young. The Mourinho's, those are young. Come on. And when you look at OBB, yes, it's the same thing. Nathan there, Tumukunde there.
Cosmas Apunyo.
Yes, Apunyo. These are guys who have just, done.
And now for OBB, I would wonder why Coach Waguma Yahaya would decide to start Hussein Adome, a young setter, while he leaves Kimtai Elvis and John Bosco Opendi on the bench.
Well, you can only get experienced and old and mature when you play. So
tough games.
Give him the tough game and let him start it and see how he fares up. And then you know where to, correct here and there. And that way you groom another strong and mature player. So, yeah, I would understand why the coach chose him.
And now for Sportes attacking line, we have Sam Engwau, Johnson Rukundo, and Marino Oboke on front court.
That is what you want to see. He has control of his emotions and body most of the times. And get to see what that means. Just look out for him in this game.
He is a player you'd want to see in your center play. He's good in the blocks. And he's good on the attacks as well. That makes him a player to watch out for.
Well, Hussein is just serving for OBB.
Hussein Adome, a brilliant young setter. There we go. That's Sam Engwau for you.
Exactly. Now that is what I meant.
Jazz number 3. Sam Engwau.
Watch the discipline that he has, and it definitely goes with the ball and says, now take that.
Is he the tallest player on the court right now?
Is he? Is he?
He seems to be the tallest player.
No, I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Spotters for you. The score is locked up 2-2.
I think Tawon, that is...
Thon Maka. And that's a block out. Went high. John Bosco Thembo tried to chase that down, but didn't manage to reach on time.
Now this is the energy you need in a man's game. Totally different energy from the ladies' name.
Yeah, very different energy. And the last time we saw energy was in the Serie B men's game, and that was Gulu versus Prisons.
Oh yeah.
This will be a replica. Odur
Nathan manages to block him.
Managed to block Sam Engwao on the go.
Well, Nathan is another young season player.
Yeah.
And he's come into who he is right now. From all the games he has endured, from the different clubs he's gone to. And, well, he's able to be where he is right now because he definitely puts in the time and the practice.
For a fan that saw Nathan Okare Oduru in the previous season, he was a beast in the center play. But, well, a few injuries did him bad this season. But he looks to be back on his feet.
Well, he will be, I'm sure about that. Did that man just finger that ball like that? Service for OBB. Taken by
Don Makar
Kelvin.
almost touched it, but it went wide.
Well, Kelvin did have a beautiful season the last one. He did a great game. It was just beautiful watching him take all the points he took and putting in all the passion that he had. I'm yet to see him do that now.
Well, this season, Kevin Kiplagat has been one of those players OBB has had to rely on with the absence of Ivan Ongom and the other set, the other attackers. Him and Cosmas Apunyo have been the men to go to this season for OBB. Well, OBB this season as well signed Jonathan Tumukunde from the Nemo Stars, and he's yet to deliver that much.
Maybe being new to the team, sometimes it takes a little growing into.
He's yet to adjust.
Oh yeah.
Because you could look at his signing and Brian Atuhaire. It was very hard dump by Cosmas Apunyo, and it just didn't make it past the net.
Well, I guess it wasn't high enough for him.
Clearly had to make a better dump than that.
Well, it's Spotters serving.
Spotters serving, and we shall have Odong
in the service box. As we
That's
talk,
Odong Augustine.
OBB is leading 6 points to Spotters is 4.
It's a nice service by Odong.
It was a good reception as well.
It was a nice fly. Ball is still up.
Sharif,
there we go, Sharif Nabanji.
Well, he does that so easy.
Don Makar doing what he does best. A very dangerous player when it comes to position 4.
Well, watching Sharif do that, he makes it look effortless.
Effortless. He will go in for the most dangerous saves, and he will put them just back in the sky for the rally to go on and on.
Spotters serving.
Don Augustine with the service. Nice reception by.
Nice
Ebi, but it goes out. Cosmas Apunyo, what an attempt.
Well, but you want to keep going like that, because when you go like that, definitely you get a point. It doesn't matter when you go up, because you've done what you had to do.
I mean, this is the energy we all paid for today.
Oh, yes, you can say that again.
That is 6-6.
Ups.
High toss.
Failing to receive.
A nice attack by Cosmas Apunyo. He is one of those players that will go for the hard attacks. What a dump! That's something you'd like to see over and over and over again.
No, looking at him so small like that, you think he has more energy, but I think energy is not about muscle.
That was a very strong dump between blocks.
That was
Two
so
blocks
beautiful.
And my God, he made it look so effortless.
The service was on point. Tumukunde
That's
comes
it. Jonathan Tumukunde.
Nailing it and giving that point to OBB and giving them that lead and siding out for them.
Jonathan Tumukunde.
They didn't take that server out of that box. He was killing them. And what a service. Boy, those were so good services.
Odong Augustine is surely going to be missed in the service box.
Well, Tumukunde goes for the serve for OBB.
He also goes for the high service. Tosses high, but the effort doesn't reflect. There we go. Ball is still in play.
Well played, Tumukunde.
There we go. What's that?
Well, Kevin.
That was done over the net, blocked by Emmanuel Okia.
Well, Cosmas
also a middle blocker called to the national team. That's Emmanuel Okia.
That is nice. Cosmas stood no chance there.
He really stood no chance. Nice reception by Sharif.
Well.
Nice set by Hussein Adome. There we go. Thonmaka, ball is still up. A backward in one. Jonathan Tumukunde goes out. It is out of boundary.
Was he chasing a fly? You know, when you are up in the air, flying, you have view and choice to make. But if you go flying, you're so high up there and you can't make the choice mid-air, then that is wrong. Play with the brain.
He really came high from the backcourt in one.
He had an advantage to know where to put that ball.
Another backcourt in one, and it's on. And spotters will go into the side out. They will want to use this side out to maintain their lead, or OBB are coming for them. Cosmas Apunyo, another beast you wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of his service.
Well, let's see himself.
There we go with this high toss. Whoa! Surely is.
Fly, Uganda Airways.
That went too wide. It was too high. But it's the first service. You'd give him the benefit of doubt at the moment. He still has a lot in store. And spotters are in a comfortable 2 points lead. Well, that's not so comfortable.
Well, in a man's game, you can't be comfortable.
You can't be. 9th block. And guess who blocks Jonathan Tumukunde? His blood brother, Johnson Rukundo. What a game. What a game it is.
It's always nice to see them played against each other.
Definitely. It's always nice. And surely you would know we really miss Johnson Rukundo, the one who didn't have an injury yet. He was a beast on court. He was one.
It is a serve for spotters.
Now service by Emmanuel Okia. Kevin Kiplingat. Nice reception by Tumukunde. Kevin Kiplagat goes for a simple attack. Thonmaka, he goes wide.
Wide and long.
It was an attempt from the backcourt.
Well, looking at this scoring, right now, OBB looks like it's staggering. Been deflated a bit. I don't know if they'll pick up the energy right now. I'm hoping they do, because boy, does spotters have the fire burning right now.
Well, they are trailing by 3 points, and you could give them the benefit of doubt to come back into the game. It's still early. Nice dump by Marino Oboke.
And he does that a lot, doesn't he?
A very brilliant guy, and surely you can tell that's the setter Spotters was missing in their game against UC.
He has a skill when it comes to dumping. He knows when to dump, how fast to dump, and literally, well, let me leave it at that.
And now Marino Oboke in the service for Spotters. He puts it in 5.
Good picked, well picked rather.
Kevin Kiplangat picked by Thonmaka, and it's a net foul. A net foul called by the center referee on Odong Augustine. That's number 17. And that sends Hussein Adome into the service for OBB.
Well, when you play volleyball, you're not supposed to scant your size onto the net. You control and tame it.
Whoa. Terrible reception by Thonmaka.
And that sends Hussein back into service. Now, for a man who's that short, he's definitely doing wonders. I mean, volleyball is all about the height, and he doesn't have the height, but he definitely has the skill. His service is so beautiful.
Samen, wow, he tried the dump. He put the right energy, but in the wrong direction.
There's no way he was going to put that ball across with that takeoff. No
Definitely.
way.
From the OBB team selection, you could tell they have a new coach on bench, because you could see a couple of players have not been getting their start onto the team, and we talk of players like Nathan Odur. And of course, we're talking about our coach Waguma Yahaya. Nice reception by Johnson Tembo, and that's out.
He got hands.
It had a brush.
He said, show me your hands, and they put him out there, and sweet, I got myself a point. Sport is leading 13 against OBB's 12.
They were leading by 3 points. The gap has been closed down to 1 point. And now we have Rukundo Johnson in the service. He is another hard server.
Oh, yeah.
Now we can wait to see what he brings on the table. Referee signals to serve off. Johnson Rukundo. Well, he goes for the simple service. Meets. Nice attack by Nathan Okare to earn OBB their 13th point to level the scores. And definitely that sends Kevin Kiplangat into service. A simple service. Wow. Cosmas Apunyo. He saw the ball up in the sky, went for it, but went wide.
Akanyebwa ne kamuva mu ngalo.
Akanyebwa. Agoge tuita amadu. Well, Samuel Mwau in service for the Sports Zambia team.
Sharif
nice reception by Sharif.
Nathan goes.
Ball is still up. They are the fighters. Thon Makar
just showed him what he had to do. Nathan, that's how you do it. Sport is still leading 2 points ahead of OBB.
Wow. What a game we are having at the moment. Samuel still in the service.
But there's a lot of bad communication
by the OBB side.
They need to call out, say my ball, and avoid all the clashing.
Well, for all those that are tuned in, this is the National Volleyball League playoffs. And don't forget, you can send in a message. Ball is still up. That was a save by Sharifuna Banji. Ball is still up. Wow! That's what happens when a setter tries to attack.
Well, emotions are all over the place. And what a save from Sharif.
Did you see that save?
What a
by
save.
Sharif Nabanji.
What a save.
That was a brilliant save. Well, maybe it caught him off guard, but he's still up. But we know Sharif and how much he can put into the game.
Nathan serving for OBB. What a service. That is how you serve.
That's an S from Nathan. Well, the game is heating up with point for point. OBB are not giving.
Well, Marker picks that ball. He's attacking it. And he gets his point.
Gets his point.
Yes.
It's always hard to defend against such energy from Thon Makar. Now we have Augustine Odong back into the service. And he will go for the high tosses once again. There he goes. A little weak effort. Cosmas Apunyo. He goes out.
But that was a very beautiful set.
Beautiful set by Hussein Adome. But well, Cosmas seems to be not very much contented with the size of the ball. And he signals to Hussein to give him a longer ball. First time out, and is called by Coach Yahaya Waguma, or call him Coach Wags.
Well, it's really hot in here.
It's really hot, and the game is getting hotter. And well, talking about the OPPO bench, we still have Ivan Ongom warming up.
true.
Ivan Ongom is warming up along with the team. That's the end of the timeout called by OBB. And the boys are coming up with brand new energy. 18-15 is the score, and Odong Augustine is still in service for Sportes. Hussein Aidome, Kevin Kiplangat.
That was a very beautiful, powerful attack.
That was an explosion by Kevin Kiplangat.
No one was willing to pick it on the opponent side.
He really waited for the right time to execute his pipe.
I think that's what I mean. You have to slip on the ball. You know, when you go up in the air, you slip on it and give it all your body mass, and it'll definitely come out like that.
That was quite an explosion from Kevin Kiplangat.
Tumukunde serving. What a weak serve. Will it make it?
There we go.
And Maka shows him how to do it.
Definitely, that's how he does it. The blocks came in very, very late.
Wherever you are, you need to get yourself to this old Kampala arena and get a feel of what we're feeling.
A feel of what we are going through right now.
Serving for Sportes was Maka. Sharifa picked for OBB. And yes.
Did you see that set by Hussein? Wow.
It is called knowing your player
wow.
and communication.
Wow.
Because Kisenge picked that ball just fine.
The way he turns in the air, wow. He's just a player to watch. A setter you'd want on your side.
And in the serving box for OBB.
Cosmas Apunyo, another hard server. He goes for it.
That was
a little less effort this time round.
And Jonathan brings
Johnson
the backing home.
He saw where the gap was, and he put the ball just right there on Cosmas Apunyo's feet. And there we have the first substitution coming up in a few. And there we go, John Bosco Opendi coming on for Jonathan Tumukunde as Ivan Ongom prepares to replace Hussein Adome. This is really a technical substitution by Coach Waguma.
Well,
Yahaya.
Let's see if this change will indeed change the set scores.
The flow of the game. Don't forget the score is 2017. Sportes are 3 points ahead. That's a service out by Emmanuel Okia. And well, he will have to go off immediately for Johnson
Well,
Tembo.
Even if it was me, I would definitely go off. You can't serve the ball back to Soroti and expect to stone court. No way.
Wow. And there we go.
OBB serving.
Nice
That's
floater.
a net kiss. Maka was seen quite early.
Ball still up. Marino is off. That was a nice call. A double by Odong Augustine.
There's one thing you never have to do in a game. You cannot play and rev. Mourinho has to tame himself.
Definitely he has to. OBB are still in the service, and they are 1 point away from closing the game. And guess what he does? He serves out.
I don't think he's looking at the points because if he was, he surely wouldn't have done that.
I mean, there is a whole screen for them down there. Why?
Stanley Tamuno.
There we go. Marino Oboke, second choice setter for the Uganda Cranes. That's the volleyball team.
Well, he does have the skill. And I love his calmness when he's playing.
Very calm. Well, the calmness reflects both
Nathan.
on and off court.
Nathan.
I think that's just excitement. I mean, could someone just tell him we don't see such celebrations in volleyball?
Well, Tumukunde is back on, and we have JB off.
Well, we could see Ivan Ongom coming off after the service because OBB are currently playing without a setter. Well, there we go. There we go.
Now that's the that you want to see in the game.
Yeah, that's it. We have Hussein Adome coming back to his spot. Well, who is coming off?
Well, Ongom is off.
You really didn't expect that first substitute for him?
Well, it depends on who was making the magic. Johnson is serving for Team Spotters.
Let's see what he goes for. He goes for a low toss.
Sharifa
nice
picks
reception.
very well.
Jonathan Tumukunde
decides not to contact the ball quite well and has it off court.
Well, the ball was a bit off net, and we know what balls he loves. OBB called for their second timeout. They are trailing by 3 points.
Well, what we've seen so far, it's well, anyone's game rather, because everyone is chasing, everyone wants it that bad, everyone is willing to go the mile to have the game or the set in their pocket.
Definitely. At this stage, the game could go either way. Both teams have put in the right energy. And we can see this. This is the first playoff, and this is the same energy you would want to see in the next game.
Well, OBB started shakily, but Spotters came firing right from the start. They're still firing.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they're going to keep doing exactly what they've been doing. Maka is on fire for Team Spotters.
Well, they want 2 points to win the set, and that's quite a good number for them.
Oh, yes.
And now we can still in service for Spotters. Nice reception by Cosmas Apunyo. Well, that's not nice.
Now some scramble and gambling on the side of OBB.
Kevin Kimplangat. Thon Makal. Ball is still up.
Unfortunately.
Nice try by Hussein, and it goes out. Spotters seem to be winning the set by 5 points.
Well, with that height of win, that set.
They definitely have the height advantage of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And don't forget, on the Spotters bench, we still have Michael Mangon, a youngster that did the magic for Spotters in their opener against OBB.
Well, we're hoping to see a different gameplay in this next set. Spotters is having it easy so far. Yes, the attack is on point. Maka is on fire. Sam is doing just great. Mourinho, on the other hand, the sets are going where they need to be. And from the way he's putting his balls, his attackers are able to place the balls in different parts of the court. And that's exactly what he needs and what they need to make the win.
OBB have had a few errors, and that has cost them in one way or the other. The way they started the game was very brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but then the way they ended was not, didn't reflect how much they started the game with love and passion.
Well, Maka put a hole in there. What did you expect?
He was very much on the loose. Guess number 6, that's for you, Thon Makal. Well, he's yet to get his call for the Sudanese national team.
I thought for here I was going to be like, hell no, impossible.
Well, he's one of the most looked at attackers in the Uganda Volleyball League.
Well, there's one thing I'm learning every single day is that when it comes to strength, looking at Maka, it has nothing to do with your size.
His physique, definitely.
Exactly. It has to do with the technique in which you train, the skill, knowing where to put your ball, how much to carry yourself or dispose your weight on the ball, and that will give the ball all the energy you have.
Talking about the physique, that's a player you would trade with the Gulu Volleyball Club setter.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Definitely.
Don't judge a book by the cover.
They took the first set with 5 points ahead. Let's see what they can do in this second set.
It's a simple service.
Nice reception by Brana to Haire. Well, he picked that from the back of his head.
Whoa.
A 90 block.
Nathan
Oduru.
Man down to Mukunde. Oh, Dave.
It was a brilliant block. He waited for him
it's really
to go
beautiful
up
to have
in the
your
sky.
man and, eat him nicely, Tell him, no go, you're not going nowhere.
Well, that actually is sweet when it's a 1 versus 1 block.
Just like it was. Maka fails to receive well.
Ball is still up. That was Sam Engwau for you in the center attack.
And hasn't grown. I've watched him play from when he was a little bit little. And seeing him progress every single year, he's getting better and better.
Definitely he is. And that's Sam Engwau for you.
Bagama practice studying back, but also game studying back. Oh my God.
It was a
beautiful
Nathan
ace.
Oduru was caught amidst his movement and he left Brian Atuhaire flat-footed.
Oh my God, Johnson
Rukundo back in service for Spotters.
Rukundo means love.
Rukundo. I've heard it in a few songs.
Back to the game.
There we go. Seta Marino is off. Johnson's. Well, did he touch that? Did he touch that?
He almost.
No, he didn't.
He almost.
No, he didn't.
He almost touched it. Now, the ref is not sure. He needs to get his second in command to let him know.
Well, that's a controversial call.
No, he almost, literally he almost. I think it was the wind of the ball that touched him. Because the shot did move.
Wow.
When you make that call, a little too late. But did it pay? Did it come in time? We're yet to know.
There we go. We have the lines. Referee.
When you wake up just in the nick of time.
It's really hard to tell if he touched that ball because he won't admit he did touch the ball.
Well, I think it's only right to make it a common point and start all over again.
Well, let's wait to see the referee's final.
It's a common point.
Yes.
So you don't have fights, So make clear points.
Well, it's a sigh of relief in the OBB camp.
I'm sure he won't sleep on court again.
Every point counts now.
Well, Johnson gets a chance to sum the game.
There we go. A nice reception by Brana to Haire.
Woo!
That's it. They tried to block, but it landed on their side of the court. That's Jonathan Tumukunde for you.
I can only smile. That was a very beautiful attack.
It was a beautiful attack. Kevin Kiplangat serves on Johnson Rukundo. Ball is still up.
Sharif picks it up. And it goes too wide.
That was a nice effort by Jonathan Tumukunde. It shows how much he doesn't give up.
It. With all the experience, really.
He tried the cross set. He tried to cross set it. It just didn't go in his favor. And now we have Sam Engwau serving for Spotters. There we go. Ball is still up.
Okay.
Nice effort. Ball is still up. Brana to Haire.
Sam is there to pick it up. Nice.
High dump.
Good eyes.
Covered by
Good idea.
Sam Engwau. There's some energy right there. That's some energy.
Power.
He just said
Emmanuel
Okia. He just dismissed 2 blocks with a single hand.
Where has he been?
Definitely he hasn't just had the right time to execute in his position.
The previous said he wasn't that,
he wasn't
active.
that vibrant.
Exactly.
There we go. Jonathan Tumukunde utilizes the block just right.
It was too fast for Sam to pick and gives a point to OBB.
And there we go. 3-2 is the score. 3-5 is the score. And now we have Nathan Eduru going into the service for the Orange Blockbusters. Well, this will be the first game for Coach Waguma Yahaya.
Maka had a bad reception.
Ball is still up. Brilliant save by
unfortunately.
Odong Augustine. He was caught just midway his movement.
You know that moment where you really want to catch something.
You're
the
really
spirit
trying.
is there. The spirit is there. The spirit is going.
The spirit is there, but the body says, nah. I'm not going there. Well, Nathan still in service. There we go.
Nice, beautiful service. Woo!
A one-man block.
Emmanuel has been blocked.
A one-man
no way
block.
through for you.
And that was Timona against Emmanuel Okia. A 1 versus 1, and he pulled that off.
And we're ups for now. 5 points up for Sportis and OBB.
That's
Nathan
5
is still
apiece.
serving.
5 apiece is the score.
Another beautiful
floater.
service. Maka comes to serve the team. Nathan picks him well. Ooh.
That was a nice go by Brian Atuhaire. He was only caught midway his move.
You know, that's what usually happens. When you're playing, you all tend to want to run in and leave no one to cover the back. You know? And that is a mistake most teams tend to do.
Definitely.
And you pay for it dearly, just like OBB has right now.
I think they all rushed in to cover the front court and left the back court unmarked.
Speak about your house. You can't.
Hard service by Augustine. A back court. That's a 4 balls. 4 balls. Clearly didn't make it past the net.
Unfortunately.
That was Kevin Kiplangat for you. And that sends Sportes 2 points ahead, with Odong Augustine still ahead, rather in the service.
Well, the game is...
Well, did you see Sharif throw a back set?
The set was beautiful.
That was beautiful by Sharif Nabanji.
The person attacking, on the other hand, I don't think he
Well,
was
the
prepared for
attacker,
it.
I think the attacker also didn't see that coming.
No, he didn't see it coming. He didn't pull out. He wasn't ready for it.
And there we
That's
go.
what happens. You need to prepare for every ball that is coming
Every
your
ball
way.
that comes.
Oh, the services are just wonderful.
3 straight services. Nice cover by Odong.
Sharifa does the same.
Last touch. Marino. Johnson
Emmanuel.
Rukundo. And the official, the center referee calls a carry.
Wow, there's no even pick that ball from down there and expect to put it up when you're not a setter.
He calls for a carry.
But well thought of, good idea.
I think the call came in a bit late. And there we go. John Bosco Opendi now replacing Hussein Adome. And Ivan Ongom. Well, Ivan Ongom coming on for Hussein Adome as Jonathan Tumukunde is replaced by John Bosco Opendi.
Yeah, he needs to take a break. I don't think he's in the game yet. He's
Definitely.
tried, but he's still, scrambling around. Tumukunde, maybe on the bench, should find his energy and his mojo. Maka.
There we go. Ball is still up. And that's Nabanji Sharif for you. Backcourt. Nabanji Sharifu. Well, he was in the right spot, but just didn't get the ball up. And that was a brilliant pipe by Johnson Rukundo.
And a beautiful play by Sharifa, being there in time.
Unfortunately, he didn't have the magic to put that just up in the air.
Oh, yes. I wonder how he does that. To be where you need to be at the time you have to be.
Ivan Ongom with his first attempt, and he goes wide.
I haven't seen him come to this game so far. The first time he went in the other set,
It was a
he
block.
wasn't present. And he's not yet there.
He's not yet there.
I'm
Definitely.
not saying the Ivan Ongom that we all know. Marcus serving for Spotters. Sharifa picks up, doing his job quite well.
There we go with Timona. He happens to be the breaker for the orange blockbusters.
Well, they did the side out.
That sends Brian Atuhaire into the service.
This will be the first time Brian is serving.
Yeah, definitely. And he's also a hard server, and that's going to tell from his tosses. He's not scared to toss high, and that's what we see. There we go. But he goes wide, unfortunately.
Well, in such a game, you can't toss light, and the game is still young. It's only right to go hard.
Definitely.
Yes, and well, it's expected. Sometimes the ball will go out, but it's a good idea.
It was a good idea from him. He just didn't put the right energy. I think he went a bit too high on the ball.
Too much. Okay, Emmanuel serving for Spotters as they're leading 11-7 of OBB.
Nice.
A weak reception. Ongom tries
to serve. Ongom with the left hand.
Woo-wee!
Timona with the... Well, did you just see where Ivan Ongom came in to block? Well, he was a bit too late. But the intention was right.
Well, the stamina left him falling and fumbling.
There we go. Emmanuel Ekia, a soft server. There we go. Ball is still up. A free ball for Samuel Engwau. It was the second ball. He had the chance to set that ball, but he saw an opportunity to execute it, and he used the kill.
Well, I think Team OBB needs to let everyone do their part. Sharifa cannot receive and set.
Definitely.
As long as you're going to set, when the setter is there, the chances you won't give your teammates chance to kill the ball and get to the point you want.
And I think
so they need to have better communication and teamwork.
I think that definitely turns off the attackers as well. The moment you see your setter is not in the ball, some other player is on the ball, you're going to shut down immediately.
Definitely.
And that calls for being a bit versatile and able to adjust to a change.
Because the setter was there in the nick of time, only that there was no communication and Sharifa took it.
Well, the player is on backcourt, and you would have a bit of trouble covering yourself in the backcourt and coming back on the front court to set.
Well, if they keep going like this, Spotters will have a very easy, like, banana game.
Just like the way the ladies did?
Well...
But the ladies was a bit soft.
Emmanuel is serving for Spotters.
Nice reception by Sharif.
Marker picks for Spotters. Tumukunde went hard. Didn't get a point.
Kevin Kiplangat.
And yes.
Another small-bodied attacker.
What are you trying to say?
Well, it's quite interesting to note that Brian Atuhaire was playing with Spotters in the previous season. So he's playing friendlies. He knows the people he's playing with. He has just not gotten the nymph.
But he hasn't yet come in the game.
Yeah, he hasn't yet put up his hand.
His presence is not yet felt.
Nice dump by Johnson Rukundo. He caught John Bosco opened flat-footed.
Now that's a very smart brain there.
Yeah.
To know when to not put the energy on the ball and, you know, dazzle them up with a small, soft.
That's not a block you'd want to go hard on.
Well picked by Brian.
There we go. Ball is still up.
An appointment by Ngom for OBB.
Ivan Ngom. He caught John Bosco Thembo in the wrong spot.
Putting them at 9 points.
Well, the ball didn't have a lot of energy, but it was effective.
Oh,
That's Ivan Ngom with a left hand for you. There we go with his hard service.
Sharifa does what he does best.
Well,
what was that?
That's a blank.
Well, the point is for OBB. Error made by Spotters.
I think the referee says the ball went beyond the antenna. And there we go. Ivan Ngom. Nice service. And that's a free ball for OBB.
Recovering.
How they utilize this ball.
And there we go.
Kevin Kiplangat.
Put the ball outside.
He went for the line.
Yeah, but you need to know your coach, da.
He tried for the he tried to go for the line and he just went out.
Good idea, badly executed.
Bad execution from Kevin Kiplangat. And well, now we have Johnson Rukundo in the service. Was a nice one-arm set by well, that's turning out to be the Ivan Ongom we've been waiting for.
When you see Ongom up in the air, you definitely do what Spotters does. You just get terrified and get into the net.
There was a net foul by Spotters. There we go.
He's back.
A net goal. A net foul by OBB.
But Sam is back. That was a nice ball.
He was out. He is back though. He is back, definitely.
Oh boy.
And now he goes into the service. And now that brings Emmanuel Okia. You will note Emmanuel Okia came from the Ndeje Sharks to join the Spotters side.
Well, Sam made his calculations wrongly. After counting steps to take that service and still put the ball in the net.
And that brings OBB a step closer. They are trailing by 4 points. The score is 12-16. And they are a set down.
Nathan serves for OBB.
There we go. Don Makar. Nice cover by Avan Ongom. There we go. And it's on. It's an on ball. Just look at the excitement in the OBB camp.
Spotters, no one came to the game. No one blocked.
No one came to block. That was a desert for Ivan Ongom, and he surely had
him go up in the air. I think they get terrified.
But then if you get terrified, you should come in for the defense, and that's the block, or else you're risking a PC.
Well, they're now 13. OBB, Spotters 16. Marker picks that ball.
Reception.
Oh.
Marker.
He says, I can give you back, Sam. And he does that as well.
He saw the OBB backcourt without Ali Berry.
Well, it's a beautiful game, and it's right here at All Kampala Arena. We are having Uganda Volleyball Federation playoff as we close the season 2023. It's the first
the attacks and very soft onto the services. Ball is saved by Sharif Nabanji. There we go. The ball is wow. Wow. And that was Thorn Makar for you.
Well, if Brian is not serious, he might get himself a yellow card. Actually, he's a very emotional player.
Very emotional.
And I can see him throwing a word or two at the ref. And, well, that is not... Oh, my God.
And that's OBB 15 and 20 Spotters.
Well, with such a game, emotions are expected to go up. But as a player, it's always nice to keep them contained.
Well, OBB seem not to be having it well with the officials, given the controversial calls that have happened in the last few rallies. And I think they just need to calm down in such a moment.
Well, it goes down to discipline at the end of the day. You need to know what you're playing. Are you the ref? Are you the player? Yes, refs will make mistakes, but let the others come in and step in for you. Or talk to your captain, because once you throw 1-2 words across, it will cost you. Not just the yellow card, but clear focus in the game.
Definitely.
Maka is serving for Spotters.
And we have OBB in the side out.
Sharif picks for OBB.
And Johnson Opendi. The ball goes out from a block.
Ongom definitely brings the point home to OBB. Brian is back in the serving box.
And I'm still thinking how Emmanuel Okia and Marino are going to coordinate their block right now.
But he's really trying to jump, Marino. He's really doing his best to.
Well, no doubt he's a nice blocker, but then with Okia's movement, ball is still up. There we go. Where does he put that?
Oh, Emmanuel was too fast.
That's the player you were looking for in Emmanuel Okia.
But he's not coming all the time. He's coming some days he's dead.
And there he goes. He's now into the service line. That implies he's going off. He has had a chance to only hit one ball at every time he has come on the front court.
Well, it's way better than nothing. And, well, if he's given more chances, maybe he might be the person they need to take this home.
Well, he's in the service. And now we have
picks quite well, not perfect. Angom tries to attack. He gets
that was
the
a nice
point.
calculation from him.
Yes.
He judged it right. He saw it going out and he just let it fall.
Obwongo.
Obwongo.
Obamaso.
There we go. Nathan Eduru coming on for Timona. Coach Wags having a discussion with John Bosco Opendi. Call him Jebi.
Well, we know him as Jebi mostly. When you say the other names, you all get
energetic when it comes to his attacks, but very effective.
But it looks like that ball had left him, but nonetheless, just a little touch was able to get him the point he needed. Mourinho in the serving box for Sporters as the lead 22 against OBB 17. A simple serve.
That was a nice save by Sharif Nabanji. That was a PC. Ball is still on. Sharif. Nice recovery by Marino Boke. There we go. And ball is out. Odong Augustine went for the line. And the ball was out. Wow. You should have loved OBB's defense in this rally. Sharif. I think at this point we are getting to a place where Sharif's saves are not surprising anymore.
They say volleyball reception is mainly with the hands. I think his pace would do just perfect. Because every time the ball has landed there, it's back into play. And what a defense, Sharif.
I think the libero position is just a call for Sharif.
Oh, no.
Because definitely was an attacker prior to going into the...
Well, it takes a special kind of person to play that role.
Well, that's a special call for him.
What a bad reception from Maka.
Just right.
Bran is there to recover for OBB.
There we go. Ooh. The ball was out. That's a block out. A double block by Sam Enwau and Odong Augustine. That's just right to earn OBB their 19th point of the game.
He just told them, show me your hands. There you are.
And I'll drop it just there. There we go. Hussein Adome in service for the Orange Blockbusters. And he serves out. That was a nice judgment by Makar.
I think his eyes are seeing.
He saw that going out.
Yeah.
Just gave it away. Spotters will need 2 points to secure their second set of the match.
And that is Johnson?
And that's Johnson Rukundo for you.
He's having a good day, unlike his brother.
Thon Makar, that's out. Well, if Spotters go on to win this game today, that will make it 4 straight meetings as they win against Spotters. And the first coming in the National Club Championship Finals, second coming in the season opener. In the second round, they also lost, and now they meet in the playoffs.
Oh, my.
And there we go. Ball is still up.
Hussein
nice set.
Rukundo is back on.
Marino is off. And ball is on. It was a nice watch by the linesman. A set point for Spotters. And surely the Orange Blockbusters are going to have a silent journey back home.
Well, it's still too early to make that call, because even in the next set, you can change it and keep them fixed on those 2 sets and, make the run for it.
And definitely, we know OBB as the kings of comebacks.
Oh.
They've come back from different games and they've won the games in decisive sets.
And speaking about coming back, they've gotten themselves 21, while Spotters has 24. Will they make it to 25 or make it a tie before Spotters runs with it? Let's see.
Well, Spotters are in the side out. And how they utilize this particular side out will give us what to go for next. And now we have Nathan Eduru in the service for OBB. He serves on libero John Bosco Thembo.
And that's a horrible one.
And there we go. Thornmaker with the final action of this particular set.
Well, with such a bad reception, it's a miracle Maka made a point out of it. And that goes to say he's really a good player. He stayed calm and managed to turn it into the point they needed to seal this set, giving them 2 sets against Obibi's love.
It takes a very disciplined player to utilize any ball that comes at him, regardless of how it is set.
And that is so true.
2-0 is the set scores. And ladies and gentlemen, it is the National Volleyball League Playoffs, Game 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sportes OBB Game 1 clash. We are coming to you live from the old Kampala Arena. And today is the 1st of April, which happens to be the first day of the National Volleyball League playoffs. There we go. A first aggressive attack by Owen. The latest change on the OBB team. That's how you show your presence immediately when you're put on, when you're given a nod by the coach. And that's how you show him he made the right choice to bring you on. That's Owen for you.
Well, if you're just joining us, we are in the third set of Uganda Volleyball Federation playoff season as we come to the close of this year's season. And we're having the first game between Sportis and OBB. It's not going so well for OBB as Sportis is leading
Ball
with
is
2
still
sets.
up
Nil.
for OBB, and that's a free ball. Ivan Ongom, he tried a low dump.
And Ivan is not making it any better for his team. And for everyone who is viewing live, thank you so much. And keep rooting for your teams. Definitely. And pray for them. Yes, prayers do work. But also training proves a point.
There we go with Marino Oboke in service for the Zambia side. Nice reception. Ivan Ongom with a kill.
The angle was just dangerous. I mean, in that position, I wouldn't see him putting it that far back on court, but damn.
Well, he seems to get so comfortable when he goes into the position 4. He goes very high.
But most players are very comfortable in that position. Most players are. Yes.
Well, he's still up. It was a nice conversion. Nice conversion by the Sportis team.
Well, it's amazing to see someone turn a mistake into a point. That was really nice.
Is that what they call giving you lemons and making lemonade?
Keeping it point for point.
Yeah.
And I hopefully they keep going this way. And maybe OBB will stand a chance of breaking through final and getting a set.
Definitely.
And probably pushing this game even further later on.
Well, he waited to make that jump, and by the time he went up,
can't believe what just happened to him.
He was left flat-footed, definitely. His soul almost left his body as he tried to pull for the ball.
Ongom serving for OBB.
A hard server, of course. Ivan Ongom, there he is.
I love the cam he takes. And there we go.
There he goes.
That was a sausage for Johnson.
A nice kill by Thornmaker. At this point, we're about to take Sharif for a checkup.
No. He's hard-bodied.
Definitely, he's hard-bodied.
But then last season, I thought he was dead. But no, he jumps into the game. I was like, whoa, there he goes.
We shall need to take him for a checkup, definitely. Otherwise, we might find some parts of the body, rather some organs. Well, that was on.
Ongom goes for the longest corner I can ever imagine and making a point. And by the way, when you play volleyball, they tell you the most safest place to put that ball and no one to pick it at those corners. You're told to put those balls far away because no one is going to run backwards. They tend to run forward most times. So it makes it very easy to make a point in those corners. But again, it's very hard for you to make a point
definitely
deep in the corner or on the court of the other person.
Because either way, you're risking playing the ball out of boundaries.
Oh, yeah.
And there we go. Cosmas Opunyo. Johnson
Rukundo
seems to be getting it with the receptions.
Tumukunde needs to borrow a lift from his brother.
He definitely does. Well, talking of Tumukunde, he is the change that was made as the OBB team was coming in for the third set.
Because he wasn't having a cup of tea today.
Definitely.
The game seemed too much for him. But Johnson, on the other hand, is having a very, very lovely, lovely day. Marcus serving for Sportis.
A one hand.
Ew.
One hand play by Johnson, by JB. How high do you have to jump to play above the blocks? He just did that.
Well,
Johnson Rukundo.
And he put the ball exactly where it needed to be with no one in space. That place was really just marketplace for him to land.
He really had to put it just there.
It's what I said earlier on. When you go to play see the court and know exactly where you want to put your ball.
Where you want to put your ball.
Marcus serves.
Nice attempt. Nice attempt by Ivan Ongom. But it's flagged out by the linesman.
Unfortunate for him.
Well, Sportis seem to have broken away. They are 2 points ahead from walking in sync with OBB.
Maka.
Well, that's not very much helpful for his team, who need to win.
Well, he's smiling. Who would feel bad after that serve? I mean, he's been doing quite well so far.
I think the smile tells of how he's going to pay back that point.
Let's wait and see. OBB serving. Mourinho setting.
And that's it. Emmanuel Okia.
A good finish. Simply done.
Let's wait. He's going into the service. That's what we talked about. He comes onto the front court, serves one, attacks one ball, goes into the service, and leaves the court.
So he gets a chance to do a little bit of what took him.
And he does that. Sam Mengwao coming on the front court.
Some piece of fire.
To join Johnson Rukundo and Marino Oboke. Another net service.
You know, something about Emmanuel, he makes and spoils. It's more like writing and rubbing. I think he had a habit of rubbing too much in school, because he hardly has made a point, then he removes it.
And there we are. 7-8 is the score, and JB is in service.
A good server, just so you know. Marker picks him up.
It was the right energy from Johnson Rukundo. He met a weak Owen in the blocks.
Owen looked like a confused trailer. I mean, the ball is this side, you're turning the other side. Like
he clearly didn't have another touch on that ball.
Oh, dear.
A nice reception by Naban. There we go.
Oh, Kevin.
His first pipe on court.
Nice.
That's Cosmas Apunyo.
Well,
closing the gap.
Sets are 2 for Spotters, 0 for OBB, and leading in this set is Spotters with 9 points, while OBB is trailing behind by 1 point. That is at 8.
And now we have Kevin Kiplangat serving for OBB. And he serves on. That was a misjudgment by Thon Maka. He really thought that was going out. He really did.
Ah. It must have hurt.
It did hurt. It's now 9 up. Kevin Kiplangat. He tried to go for the same spot.
Annette refused.
He just didn't make it there.
Annette said no. No way through.
Now we have Johnson Rukundo.
And the serving box. Serving Spotters were leading by 1 point, giving them 10 against OBB's 9. And what a game. A simple service.
A nice cross set by JB. And it earns them a point with Cosmas Apunyo.
Don't you love JB's sets?
I really
he does
do.
Them so effortless. It's like he's just throwing a piece of paper.
Definitely.
But how far and high it goes, you have no idea.
He's a brilliant setter right over there. And you can see him with the command he has on the team.
Years of experience.
You can tell all his attackers believe in him.
He's the man.
And they know what he can do for them.
But that's what a setter is supposed to do. You're supposed to man your team. You're supposed to be in charge of your team. You're supposed to be the head of the team, literally.
And surprising for this game, we have a libero leading the team.
Well, you can set, but the body will say no when it comes to moving. He couldn't cover that ball, JB. Costing them a point, and it goes over to Spotters and sending some into the serving box.
And Emmanuel Okia into the front court. Let's see if he can make more than 2 attacks now. Samengwa with a service. It goes in position 5.
Bad reception. Marker picks it up for Spotters.
A nice block. A 3-man block. Timona, Ivan Ongom, and Cosmas Apunyo just ate that like a piece of cake.
He
to
can't
make the score
believe it.
11-11.
What was expected. 1 man on 3.
1 man on 3. He definitely didn't have a way out.
Impossible. Ongom back in the service box for OBB.
A jump server he is. And let's see how much power he puts into this particular serve. There we go with that right energy, but Johnson Rukundo came with all the receptions.
And he covered the ball. Nice. Ongom, nice. Well, you refused me once, you won't refuse me twice. Maka says, and he makes the point for Spotters, giving them a lead of 12 against OBB's 11.
He saw a double block and he didn't get intimidated by that. He just wanted to go through them.
That's spirit.
That's the spirit. Now we have Odong Augustine in the service. A jump serve. Ball is still up. Well, I think the referee saw that.
The pancake came too late.
Pancake came too late, definitely.
But it's hard luck. They were where they needed to be.
Now let's see if he'll use the net again. That's Odong Augustine for you.
Well done, OBB.
Well, a better effort this time round.
Ongom goes for
Marino is off. There we go. A nice block by Emmanuel Okia.
He said no way through.
No way through.
Those hands were really up and straight, as in blackouts.
That's a block they call go back home.
Commit to the block. By the way, if you're blocking, you need to commit.
You need to commit.
You never block with your eyes closed. You never block looking down. Look up, put your hands there, and tell the man, I'm here, come.
Come to me.
Come to Papa.
Augustine still in service. Well, he goes into the net.
Unfortunate for him.
A slight movement up and the ball could have gone above the net.
Well, Kevin into the serving box for OBB. They're trailing 2 behind Sporters, but they need the set. If they can't make it, it's a done deal for them for today. They can wait and live to see another day next time.
Sapunyo serves out.
Now, you don't serve like that when you're looking for points, man. When you're just, you don't serve like that. It's going to cost you. You need all the services in the game, because volleyball starts with a service.
Thon Makar in the service for Spotters. Selfish catch by Sharif. Johnson Rukundo.
Where was the block again?
There really was no block this time round. It was a desert for him. And definitely Coach Waguma had to call for a timeout in this set.
God.
They are trailing by 4 points, and they will need to gather as many points as possible to get back into the game.
Right now, if they're not serious, they'll be kubed.
They'll be kubed. Well, we can see Hussein Adome and Jonathan Tumukunde warming up. What awaits them?
Well, it's not been a good day for Tumukunde so far. While he's playing with his team, OBB, but his brother on the other side is really doing a great job at it.
And it is in such games that such players are needed the most. Because when you look at Jonathan Tumukunde, he's a well-built player, and you would think he would intimidate his opponent just with the physique.
Do you think having his brother play on the other side affects how he's going to play? I mean, one of them is bound to be affected.
Well, I've seen him play in a couple of games, and
against his brother?
Not against his brothers per se, but then with while facing other teams, and that's a performance you tell about Jonathan Tumukunde. You would say he's not yet fit. He's not yet to fit into the OBB team that much.
Well, I think he needs some time.
Thon Makar serves on Timona. Nice back set.
Anongom dumps on himself.
And that's what you call an own goal.
An abortion?
It has to be. 17-12 is the score, and Spotters are leading by 5 points.
Maka still serving. His service is strong.
There we go. Timona. Ball is still up. That's out. A nice effort by Johnson Rukundo, but in the wrong direction.
Now, for someone who's called Rukundo, you don't expect hard balls, because that is love. Love is supposed to be calm. It's supposed to be caring.
So there we go. We now have Owen coming on the front court.
I hope he has a very hard service for his opponent, because they need to get this point. OBB needs to get this point.
And that's Timona with a simple service. Eaten by Thon Makar. Jonathan Tumukunde, rather Johnson Rukundo covered.
And Jonathan, having seen the block, decides to fear and put the ball outside, sending it straight away from the courts and giving the point to OBB, giving
Well, looking at John Bosco Thembo, the Sportes setter, he has had a few brilliant saves as well. But if you're playing with a libero like Sharif Nabanji, definitely you're going to be covered. You're going to be outnumbered with the saves.
Anukoto came back for revenge.
And he did just that. Perfect revenge is served hot.
And Samuel is back to the front.
Now back into services, Emmanuel Okia, a middle blocker for the Sportes team. Nice reception by Cosmas Apunyo. Owen goes out. Well, he thought that ball had a brush. Did you talk about Nabanji Sharif being an emotional player?
Oh, yeah, I did.
And now you can see him confronting.
Isn't he the team captain?
Yeah, he's the team captain.
Okay. Well, he earns himself a yellow card.
Well, that's a yellow card. And that goes on their account as they are deducted a point. Is it?
No, not yet. When you get a point off, usually there are those yellows that are given back to back, and then they'll put probably your points off. But the first yellow card is
should we say, oh, he's on a warning?
He's on a warning, and they get to pay for that card nonetheless.
Okay.
Yes.
Something nice to learn today. There we go.
But that's what you want to desist from, complaining. Make clear points, you know.
Well, it's a bit frustrating seeing the players giving in their all, and the referee makes calls you won't believe in.
And at this stage, if you start doing that, you're just going to lose the game. And that is what I'm seeing.
Because you're definitely looking for someone to blame for your losses. A nice block by Sam Engwau, but it goes out.
Because then you're playing with your mouth instead of playing with your hands. And the mouth doesn't play volleyball.
It definitely doesn't.
No.
Have you tried receiving the ball while talking? It's the hardest thing.
Why on earth would you be talking now? Huh?
Many people, some players are a bit talkative. And there we go. We have Kimtai Elvis replacing John JB.
Though you are supposed to create a sound when you attack the ball. Like when you take off, when you land on the ball, you can go, put all the energy. Now, that's the only talk you can put out there.
Okay.
Not more than that. Sound, yes. What? Hell no.
And there we go. Elvis Kimtai, a Kenyan national. 3 blocks once again, and they do the magic.
Isn't it lovely to just block someone who has been attacking you so hard and tell him, no way through,
no way
here.
This time round.
Yes.
But it would be quite embarrassing to go for an attacker to go through a 3-man block.
Well, sometimes it does happen.
Yeah, it does happen.
If you have the right mojo, why not?
There we go. Thon Makal.
Oh, my God.
Setter Kimtai Elvis was almost caught off guard.
You'd want to see him get the ball every now and then and keep making those attacks, like
That's
back to back,
Makal.
back to back. Damn.
He's such a joy to watch play.
And to think you judge him by his structure. Please, looks can be deceiving, okay?
Now we have Marino Oboke.
Oh, yes.
In the service.
And a good server.
Now we go. Ball is up. Nice reaction by Sharif. Ivan Ongom makes that count for his side.
And it's 17-4 OBB with Sportes at 20.
Now we have Kevin Kiplangat. I mean, we've been used to such names in athletics. Now we have Kevin Kiplangat doing magic with the orange blockbusters.
Well, I guess the athletics are tall, and it goes without saying that I think from their region you can still get more volleyballers based on their height.
Definitely. Kevin Kiplangat still in the service.
Simple service.
Simple service, but very effective.
And Sam gives the break that Sportes needs.
There we go. 4 points to go. And the orange blockbusters are trailing by 3 points.
Oh, yeah.
Substitution Now we are going to have Otim Dickens coming on from Odong Agustin. Talking about experience, the left-handed man.
He was once on the national team.
Well, I'm not sure if he'll get his call this time round.
Well, looking at his age, chances might. Let's say might. Because sometimes the national team, yes, you need young players, but also you need the experience, you know?
So are we about to see him get his call back onto the national team?
Well, time will tell.
That was a backcourt player jumping on front court.
But
guess who that was? Sharif Nabanji jumping to set on front court.
Well, the errors are costing them right now.
And Spotters are 3 points away from winning the game in straight sets. Nice reception by Johnson.
That.
Ball is still up. John Bosco Thembo was a bit late to put that ball up in the sky.
It was too fast for him.
Oh, we have Timona coming back on court.
What a game.
What a game.
Burrow gave a bad reception. Maka makes up for it.
Now we are on.
Now you need players like that. But it doesn't matter whether it's a bad tomato, I'll eat it. It doesn't matter if you throw me a bad reception, I'll kill it.
I'll kill it. That's Thon Maka for you.
That's the attitude you need in your players.
Definitely.
And that is the winning attitude.
OBB called for their second timeout of the game.
And I think their final timeout, as they're at 19 points and Spotters is leading at 23 points.
Well, I hope their fighting spirit remains as they return for the next game. That happens 2 weeks from now.
Who, Spotters?
OBB.
They might come back in style. I can, I can bet on that they're going to come back blazing.
We saw them come back. We saw them come back against Nemo Stars in the finals last year, and that was incredible from them. I hope they do the same for Spotters. And not surprising, they beat Spotters in last season in semi-finals again.
Oh yeah.
They beat them 2-0, but now it seems like Spotters are seeking a revenge.
Well, when you play me the first time.
And Ebi. There we go.
That ball was too low for Maka.
And that's the 20-point mark for the Orange Blockbusters. So we are talking about the year we are in. That's 2023.
Well, it can be anyone's game right now. If Ongom can break and get 2 services right there.
Just 2 services right, and OBB are back into the game.
And this set will be back to 0-0. That ball has left him. That was a bad toss.
It was a bit late.
Bad toss. Whoa!
Ron Makal. A desert.
He's telling Ongom, next time, put your ball right.
And he's substituted immediately for another beast. That's how you cement your position as the best outside hitter in the league. Thon Makal for you. And guess who comes in for Thon Makal? That's Michael Mangon, OBB's nightmare.
Wow. I think Mark has been the man of the game today.
He surely has been.
His points have been so clear, so accurate.
A nice movement by Timona and Cosmas Apunyo. Well, I think that's a consolation.
Somehow.
That's a consolation.
Not there yet.
I think that's a ball you'll go back in bed and think about.
When you go back to Maka's point, that was killer. And that's how you want to cement.
And guess who the crowd is cheering for? The crowd is cheering for Thon Maka, or rather for Michael Mangon.
And a
there we go.
service.
And there we go. That's it. Michael Mangon with his first attempt on the ball, his first touch on the ball. He scores the final point of the day. He brings the final action of the game. And Spotters win the game 3-2, rather 3-0.
Well, it's been a beautiful evening, and the games are not done yet. No.
They still have 2 games to go.
We still have a package of games. Yes, they do have 2 games, 2 meetings if you put it that way.
2 meetings, that's for Spotters and OBB once again. And that will define who will make it to the finals. That happened in May.
Well, you can book plot for tomorrow right here at the Old Kampala as the playoffs are going on. We do have teams coming through. The likes of KVC tomorrow will be playing UCU men.
KVC will be playing UCU Doves.
Why do they call themselves Doves again?
I think it has a lot to do with the religion, the Christians and all that, because you could look at even their other teams. They have the Lady Cardinals, the UCU Cardinals.
Yes.
So basically that's it with the UCU. And looking into some of the fixtures we shall be having tomorrow. We shall be having in the Serie C2, we shall be having UPDF taking on Laureus, Entebbe versus Air Force in the Serie C2, UPDF taking on KU in the Serie B Ladies, Elion versus Police Volleyball Club in the Serie A Ladies, Ndeje versus KCCA, that's Ndeje Elites in the Serie A Ladies, and KVC versus UCU in the Serie A Men.
Well, it was a very beautiful evening, and we hope to catch you again tomorrow. Please don't miss out on the action. Come and join us, because volleyball is a game that is live.
Thank you very much for tuning in. See you again.
And from us, have a good night. Tim, how are you feeling?
Yeah. Very good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, tell me, did the game go as you planned? Was this what you planned? Were there changes that happened in the game? Or was it just a miracle win?
No, the game went as we had planned.
Oh, that's nice.
Because, you know, it's playoffs and you have to come with your A game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And what are your plans for the next game? Because clearly you've won them. They're going to come back biting, definitely. So what is your plan for the next game, the next meeting?
First of all, we know the level we are in. It's playoff. You can't undermine any team.
Sure.
A team may lose today and come much stronger the next time.
Yeah.
So we have to be prepared. We have been in playoff in such a situation for several times.
Yeah.
And we have learned our lesson.
Okay.
But this time, we are going to pick up from where we have stopped. We are not falling back.
That's nice to know. Well, I know, I would say you're exhausted, but I don't think you're exhausted because you didn't play that much. But you did come in and put the touch of experience you have onto your players, and they needed that. But without saying, you have a very beautiful team from Rukundo to Sam to Mourinho to Maka. Dame, how did you pick those players up?
Yeah, you know, all the challenges I've been facing is you find like we don't have players in different portions. If one dies, another one, you don't have anyone to place in that players and affect the team. But basically right now we have a team that we can start any lineup of our choice depending on the team we are versing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all the best for you in these games, and hopefully you get to exactly where you want to go.
Yeah, hopefully.
Have a good evening, Tim.
Thank you. Good evening.
A beautiful night.
All right.